Hey guys, what is up? FHR2 here. Today I'm going to be doing FHR2 Game 7 and 8 of the 18-19 season. It's going to be a different video today for FHR2. I'm going to be doing a double game, 2 games in a video. I'm doing this because I was up the mountains for a few days from Wednesday to Saturday night, so I did miss Thursday's game against Columbus and Saturday's game against the Devils. Flyers went 1-1 in these games. They lost against the Blue Jackets 6-3. They won against the Devils 5-2. Starting off with the Columbus game, in the first period, Konechny would get one for the Flyers off a tip shot from Hag to make it 1-0, his first of the season. And then later in the period, Duclair would get one back for the Blue Jackets to make it 1-1 off a great play, dangling around the whole team. Literally not even on his skates. He was literally on his knees the whole time. Still got around everyone and scored. Kind of a soft goal for Picker to let up, but again, you can't really blame it on him because there was no defense on the play whatsoever. They literally there was maybe 3 or 4 Flyers around Duclair, and they let him get right around all of them. A little bit later, around under a minute, Couturier would get one for the Flyers, make it 2-1. Real soft goal by Bobrovsky, as Couturier would just take a shot and go right by his glove side, make it 2-1. That would end the first period with a Flyers lead of 2-1. In the second, Atkinson would get one cross crease, great pass from Panarin to make it 2-2. Atkinson again will get one later. That'll be his second of the game off a great toe drag around Picker to make it 3-2. Foligno will get one off a slot on a shot from the slot off a great play from Savard to fake the shot and then give it over to Foligno. There was good traffic in front for the Blue Jackets. That would end the second period off a 4-2 Blue Jackets lead. And then Lindblom in the third period, he would get one to make it 4-3. And then Anderson would get one for the Blue Jackets late off a real bad turnover from Christian Folin. And that would make it 5-3. And then Tammy Milano will get one for the Blue Jackets again to make it 6-3. Off a shot from behind the net, which I don't know how it went in, but it did. From watching the highlights in this game, it looked like the Flyers had a real good first period. They had a lot of shots, a lot of chances, and then it looked like the second period was absolutely horrible. And it kind of led over into the third as they did get a goal early, but then they just couldn't score. They did have a lot of turnovers, and they didn't really have much time on the power play, as that needed a lot of work. That's also what I figured. Going into the second game, Flyers have a 3-4 record. It wasn't really the greatest going into Saturday's game. They really did need a win. Going into the game, it looked like the Metropolitan was kind of, I don't know, it looked like all the teams weren't playing to their full potential. As of now, I believe the Flyers and about 3 or 4 other teams are tied with 8 points. Carolina still has 9, so it's been real close. So it's always these games early with the Flyers. But if they lose a couple games early in the season, it's really gonna matter when they're fighting for a playoff spot, like the last game of the season, or like a second wild card, maybe a first to get up to the 3rd spot, as we saw last year. So I mean, going into this game, I was really hoping that they could pull out a win. In this game, they did wear their 3rd jerseys, the black Stadium Series Adidas jerseys. So early in the first period, Severson for the Devils will get one. High blocker on the power play. Both of their goals in this game were on the power play. Konechny will get one later as the second unit finally scored on the power play, as that made it 1-1. Patrick will get one in the second period to make it 1-1 or 2-1, off a cross crease on a great pass from Voracek, as he would have a 3-point game. Boyle would get one in the third, another one on the power play. Top shelf shot. This one did get reviewed for goalie interference, as the player in front did hit Elliott's stick, but it wasn't really that much. There wasn't much interference with Elliott. He probably would have been able to make the save. He still had a good screen in front of him where he wasn't able to see it, so that made it 2-2. Voracek will get one late off a real lucky play on the boards. I don't know how that puck got to him at the red line there. It just hopped right over the player's stick. And then Voracek would come right in on a 2-on-1 play with Lawton. and slip it in, make it 3-2. And then Simmons and Scott Lawton will get 2 empty netters to make it 5-2. Flyers play great this game. Konechny, after this game, has now a 3-game point streak. Patrick got his first of the season. Voracek had a 3-point game. One thing that did scare me with this game was the penalty kill to give up 2 goals. I don't know how many penalties they took, but both of their goals were on the power play. So the thing is with the Flyers that I'm hoping that they can try to make better throughout the next few games or so is the penalty kill, turnovers, as obviously since the first game of the season we've been seeing so many turnovers in our end. But I feel like most games they've been cleaning up a lot of turnovers. Besides the Columbus game, I thought they've been playing well in the last few weeks or so. And one thing that's really is hurting them this year is injuries. They lost Van Riemsdyk. Konechny had a scare for a few days there. Patrick was out. They had a lot of injuries. Lawton, Lindblom. There was a lot of guys that are core guys to this team, and that will help you out, and they get injured, and it's kind of like one of those things like, oh man, like losing JVR in the second game of the season isn't, it's not the greatest thing. So, and that definitely hurt the offense. As if not, I think if the Flyers had JVR and if they weren't so inconsistent, and if the goalies would play to their potential, I think the Flyers could probably get second place in their division, and they would be neck and neck with Pittsburgh the whole year. And they could even go first. If they play to their full potential, everyone plays the way that they're supposed to. Say Giroux, Couturier, Voracek, they all have their same year as last year. Simmons has a better year than last year. They'll be completely fine. This team's going to have to pick it up, though, because the Metropolitan is not an easy division. And as I said, all teams aren't playing to their full potential, so the Flyers might want to start now so that they're able to get some ground going in. So I'm hoping the Flyers can pick it up from these 2 games. They did play good yesterday against the Devils, but as I said, they're going to have to play a lot better in games against, division matchups, Columbus, stuff like that, Pittsburgh. They're going to have to pick it up. But I was very impressed with yesterday's game against the Devils, and I'm kind of hoping they can play the same way they did against the Devils tomorrow against the the Avalanche at 7 o'clock at home. It is also a Gritty T-shirt night, so hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.